Hello there. Thank you for taking a moment to watch this video, and on this specific training, we're going to continue talking about our Salesforce integration and setup, and more specifically, we're going to continue talking about the opportunities object and how you and your team can start powering through your calls based off of the open opportunities in your org. Now, if you've been watching our videos in series, which I hope you've been doing, then you just recently saw how you can add two buttons to the different list views in the opportunities object. One, begin Contact PhoneBurner Session, and the other is begin Opportunity PhoneBurner Session. Let's talk about the begin Contact PhoneBurner Session button first. So when you create an opportunity, and we'll take a look at my big deal with George opportunity. When you create an opportunity, that creates an opportunity record, which is what we're looking at right now. And each opportunity record is going to be related to a specific contact. In this particular case, this opportunity is related to George Sample. And there are specific details to the opportunity itself that are part of the opportunity record, but there's also specific details to George. If I click on George's name, that'll take me to George's details, where I can see all of the details that make up the George Sample record. So when I'm in my opportunities object and I've got a list of opportunities, sometimes I might want to initiate a dial session and I want to call the contact record. So when I'm in a dial session, I'm actually looking at the contact record details. So let's go ahead and launch a dial session to the big deal with George opportunity. And I'm going to click the begin Contact PhoneBurner Session button. All right, so we're now connected. Let's go ahead and start dialing. So even though we launched the dial session from the opportunities object, you'll notice here in the dial session window, the iframe that shows up here in the dial session window is going to contain the contact details, not the opportunity details. So in some cases, that's what you're going to want when you initiate that dial session from the opportunities object. You want to actually call the contact. And what's interesting about this is we're going to see all of the call history that's specific to that contact, any notes that are specific to that contact, and all of the call outcomes. So if I click on one of these dispositions like set appointment, which is going to end my dial session, those call activities are not going to get logged to the opportunity, but they will get logged to the contact record. So let's go back to the opportunity list. Let's go back to the big deal with George, and let's click on George's name to open up his record. Now you'll notice that that call activity that we just did in that dial session that we started from the opportunities object was logged back to the contact record. So let's jump back over to the opportunities object. And so that's something you're going to want to think about. When you launch a dial session from the opportunities object, what records are you actually wanting to call? Do you want to call the opportunity or the contact? Hopefully this helps you and your team start getting more done in less time using the power of PhoneBurner. Thanks again, and happy dialing.